Ready? All right. Welcome everyone to the inaugural Lunch Table Football Podcast. We're your hosts, Vlad Parker and Eddie Gray. I'm Eddie Gray, not Vlad Parker.
I'm Vlad
And
Parker.
coming off the first thing I want to say is the Georgia-Tennessee game was an absolute banger. My grandma was not having a fun time watching that game, but we're going to jump straight into our week one thoughts. And what do you want to start off with week one?
The Bears are atrocious, and it's back to regular scheduled business. No matter how stellar we are in the off season, we are just atrocious at football as a team. Um, yeah, it's our first like 15 scripted plays were wonderful, and then after that, it was just a train wreck combined with a dumpster fire. And then, everyone say that JJ McCarthy pisses me off. He thinks he's some what's it called? Aura Maxer, but he's just some, douchebag that I hate. So that's my take on JJ McCarthy. He's a douchebag,
I want to
but
say
he beat us, so I don't really know.
Caleb Williams is a superstar in the making. I mean, bro, Caleb Williams is so good, bro. Look at him roll around in the pocket, bro. Find
I
Luther
don't, I
Burden
mean,
for
I
negative
don't
three
know how,
yards.
yeah, like, what's it called? Um, Next segment.
All right.
Um,
Here's my highlight of the week. Former Bear Justin Fields tore it up against the Steelers, man. Clap it up.
Very, very proud of that guy. It
I
was
don't know his
impressive
soul.
watching him play. Even with the Steelers last year for a short while, he showed us what he could do, and I was very impressed with him.
I don't
Wish
know.
he was on our team,
I
but
don't know who wants Justin Fields to be bad. I don't know who doesn't want him to succeed. I love
nobody. I mean, Justin Fields is a wonderful player and a wonderful human.
He's
You
supposed to be
know,
the next Cam Newton.
he's
And
someone I would let my daughter date.
he still has time to figure it out, bro.
Yeah.
Kid can be a stud.
What pisses me off is Aaron Rodgers is
Rodgers
still
also
good.
looked good.
42. Retire, please. He's caused so much misery to me. I mean, it's unbelievable.
All right. Speaking of misery, let's talk about the Atlanta Falcons. uh, Word got out today that Young Koo was benched.
Who's the kicker now?
In favor of, excuse me for a second,
Oh, Bears signed Jake Moody. Like that's gonna help our problem. You
Parker
know?
Romo will take over. Went 11 of 12 last year on field goals
Oh, that
the
guy from the Vikings.
for the Vikings. Yes.
He looked. Oh,
Uh,
I remember. He looked weird, but
and the Falcons play the Vikings. Actually, that could be a very well scripted ending. Hopefully in favor of the Falcons. And
doubt it. Falcons falling to 0-2. I'm calling it.
real teams start out 0-2.
Bro, oh my gosh, the Bears are actually not gonna win a game until like week 5. I knew it. I knew we were gonna lose that game. All right, you know what? Let's stop talking about the Bears. I'm gonna shoot myself by the end of this podcast if you keep doing that.
In game.
Huh?
Moving forward, we've got this week prime time, or we already had Thursday night Packers Commanders. I think the Packers. I know you're not going to want to hear this. The Packers can make a Super Bowl run this year.
They are very good, and I'm not very happy about it.
They've
Micah
got
Parsons
everything.
is a looming threat on defense, no matter how good your offensive line is.
They
It's utterly
they
ridiculous.
they've got everything. I think Jordan Love can put himself in MVP conversations very
Jordan
quickly.
Love, yeah, Jordan Love is no longer looking like Brett Favre. He's looking more like prime Aaron Rodgers day to
Yeah.
day. It's ridiculous. Prime Aaron Rodgers with legs. So
And we've
take
got
that how you will.
Aaron Rodgers could scoot back in the day.
He was not as much as Love can.
We've got Tucker Craft looking like Gronk. Uh, Packers have everything put together.
If
Uh,
other than if their receiver core wasn't just six wide receiver twos, I'd be a lot more confident in them. But once they go against, you know, who did they play week one?
uh, the Packers played.
Oh, they played the Lions.
They
Uh,
did, and they
Never
throttled the
mind.
Lions as well.
It does not matter. Even if they have six wide receivers too, their receiving core is still good enough to, cause harm on any secondary in the league. And if you pair that up with, the best defensive lineman in the NFL and the rest of the team being very, very good, I think it's hard to compete with them.
Game of the week:
Defensive
Chiefs
edge
Eagles.
rusher. My bad, gentlemen. Zero ball knowledge.
Chiefs Eagles at 4:25. Unfortunately, losing the primetime spot to Vikings Falcons.
Dude, Vikings Falcons is going to be nap time.
I think the Eagles wiped the floor with the Chiefs on Sunday. To be quite honest with
Oh,
you,
yeah.
the Chiefs.
The Chiefs wide receiver one being Hollywood Brown. I was about to say Marquise Brown. Uh, who's their wide receiver two? Juju Smith-Schuster.
It's Juju Smith-Schuster. Yeah, I think that's gonna be.
Who's their three? Is Cole Hardman back?
No, I think it's Thornton from Baylor a couple years ago ran like a 4.25 40 at the combine. But according to their depth chart, it Xavier Worthy is out, so it will actually be Jalen Royals, who I believe is a first year player out of Utah State, who they picked in the fourth round this year. So
All right.
could be worse there. Maybe he flashes. And then they've got
Now, want to talk about games of the season. We have. Hold on. I thought I saw something. I might.
Bills Ravens.
Oh, no, no, no. It was going to be such a horrible game. Oh, 49ers Saints. No. Yes, Mac Jones, Spencer Rattler, just God,
That's
taking it
gonna
up
be
at 1
that's
p.m. on Sunday. Don't miss it.
that's
You
gonna
know,
be one of those 13-7 type games.
Max.
Pick up
I think they put together 13 points combined, and none of none of them will be offensively.
maybe we're looking at a 2-3 type game.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. We
LSU
can't drop
versus
niche
Washington.
references in a podcast. The viewers don't understand, unfortunately.
All
On
right.
the PS3.
So let's get some takes in here. Looking into week two, who are your top three MVP candidates?
Um, Josh Allen. I mean, he put up a ridiculous comeback, against the Ravens, which was already in the front running for game of the year. What were they down, like 40-25 in the fourth?
It was 40-25 with 7 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, that's only stuff that you can do when you have this former MVP on your team. Should have been Lamar Jackson, in my
I
opinion,
agree.
but you know, Josh Allen is that guy. He's that guy right now in the NFL. I think it's him and Lamar.
Uh, I think there's a case for a lot of guys, but of course, it's been 1 week. So I'm looking at Jordan Love, possibly a Jaden Daniels, of course. Justin Herbert looked like what
Herbert was slinging it last week. I can tell
Herbert.
you that he was sitting on my bench in fantasy, and I highly regret it, unfortunately. But
Uh, Speaking of fantasy, Tucker Craft put up sensational night on Thursday night, and he shot my winning percent chances to about 59%. And Bryce's chance of drinking the death smoothie have increased.
Now let's talk about week one fantasy. Let's talk about the greatest B to A last week. Caleb Williams 150.2 against CD's nuts 104.82. Let's just go back to that week. I had Keenan Allen in my flex. My three receivers were Calvin Ridley, Cortland Sutton, and Keenan Allen. Not the most ideal out of any circumstances, but I had Bijan drop a smooth 25 for me. Dude, Caleb Williams put up 24 fantasy points, mainly by his legs, but still had some very, very nice throws early in the game. Um, I believe he threw a TD to Rome late in the game, if I'm correct.
It
Correct?
was, yes.
Yes, that did help my percentage a lot. One man that I had on my bench that I was not happy about was Javonte Williams. I was not familiar with his game. I thought he was just a stinky bum at Denver that dropped either 11 or point 0.2.
Yeah.
So, and he dropped 20. Watch it next week. He drops point 0.2, and I get pissed off next week in this podcast.
North Carolina legend Javonte Williams. Speaking of Caleb's Williams, Caleb Williams. Let's talk about the NFC North. And I think let's go to some standings predictions. So I'm gonna have the Packers coming in first. I think they don't lose more than.
I think that currently is reasonable. Very, very reasonable. It is only week 2 or beginning of week 2, but right now the Packers look like the best team in the NFL. And I hate to say it.
I also think that the Bears have a chance at 2, the Lions have a chance at 2, and the Vikings have a chance at 2.
As a
Uh,
Bears fan, I have zero faith in this organization. I have seen too much. It was over after 2018. I mean, that loss probably set us back 5 years if we don't have a winning season. And I'm being legitimate.
uh, so the Lions didn't look good either, but they played the Packers. So are the Packers that good? Or are the Lions really going to struggle without Ben Johnson and Aaron
I
Glenn?
think it is a mix of both because Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson being out, Aaron Glenn obviously already having a semi-successful start, even though they had a loss, they still played great and dropped 30 points as with the Jets,
The
put up
Jets.
more than 10 points in a game. In fact, they tripled that. So let alone, they're already off to
The
a hot
Jets
start.
are
Even though they
on
lost,
the incline.
they still have a solid defense. Their secondary is very good. I have hope for the Jets. I think they will be a sneaky playoff contender, in my opinion.
In the weak AFC
Yes,
East.
yes.
I
They
think they
might
can finish
actually,
second,
yeah. I think they can finish second.
whether that be with 9 wins. Honestly, at this point, we could be looking at 4 wins, getting you second in the AFC East.
I think a smooth 5 locks you in second place. I don't see the Patriots or Dolphins putting up more than 3 wins and those being against each other. Actually, it's going to be like 1-15-2.
We could
That's
see some
what the
ties going
Patriots.
on in the AFC East this year. Uh,
Oh, it's going to be brutal. It's going to be Bills by a million, and then Jets at like 9-8, teetering at 500, and
I
then
could
just
see that.
nothing.
I could see the
I mean,
Jets.
I feel like Justin Fields could have a very, very successful season as a Jets quarterback, as long as he
Playing
stays healthy.
playing with his buddy Garrett Wilson from college.
Garrett Wilson. Yeah.
All right, going back to the NFC North. In third place, I will have the Bears. I think the Bears are figuring it out under Ben Johnson. They looked so good in the first half defensively and semi good offensively.
It
And
was only because they were the scripted plays. And then we, in the second half, completely blew it. I believe if we had Tyler Gordon, TJ Edwards, and Jalen Johnson all healthy, I
absolutely.
believe we completely would have blown away that game.
I think
Even though, even though our secondary without them was still decently solid.
Justin Jefferson didn't kill you guys.
No, let me pull up. I forgot his name. I feel like an idiot. I didn't come prepared. Week 1, first week, first episode podcast blunders. Um, Nathan Wright, I believe he had a pick, um, six,
Pick six.
like, off J.C. McCarthy. Um, I'm such an idiot. Oregon State, third round draft pick in 2021, former top 100 NFL player with the Dallas Cowboys. Obviously a stud. You didn't know that? Yeah, I did. Wasn't just on my computer and I was looking at it 5 seconds ago. Um, but you know, as long as we stay healthy, I think we can finish second because I don't see the Lions being particularly great. I think they'll go 9-8.
I think
Bears roughly 9-8, 10-7, even with the week one loss. I was over exaggerating. It was a tough game, and I'm not happy about it. But I still think 10-7 is fairly reasonable as long as we don't drop one of the lines next week. Then we would be in big trouble.
I think Jared Goff's true colors are kind of going to show as being a mediocre systemy quarterback
I
that we
believe
haven't
he is.
seen under
I
Ben
believe he
Johnson.
is. Yeah, I think he is a system QB currently. Um, it's I love the guy. I don't know how you can really dislike
The
Ryan
goofball.
Gosling. He is just a wonderful guy you would like to have on your team. You know, led them to the AFC Championship game and then
NFC.
to NFC. My bad. And then choked, which was horrifying to watch. Um, but I feel like some Lions fans are starting to, make their shoes a little bit too big for their feet. They were starting to talk a lot, and I think this will kind of put them back in their place as, just because you guys are good for 2 years doesn't mean you guys haven't been bad for 50. So that's kind of what I'm trying to get at.
I think the Vikings finished fourth, not even with a bad record. I think they could win
They
anywhere
could win
from
8 games.
from
They
eight
could
to
they could
ten
win
games.
8 to 10 and finish last. I think the NFC North is anybody's game completely.
I
Packers. I see a world where Packers finish third, Vikings finish like first, Lions fourth, and Bears second. I'm not
that
going to put my Bears below the Packers,
could happen, but
but
I think
you can roll the dice any way you want it. The NFC North is currently the most competitive division in the
and as
league.
of right now, I think the Packers are short of that alpha team with they have everything. They got the quarterback, the running back. The receivers look solid. The tight end looks solid. The O line looks solid. The
I would
defense,
love to see more of Matthew Golden, though. I would
yeah,
love to see more of the Texas.
Love Love overshot him a couple times in that game, especially on that deep post route that could have gone for what,
90
93
yards.
yards. Yeah. They love to have that one back, but I mean in the long run it didn't end up mattering. But I think they know they need to get their first round guy the ball more, and I think they
Yeah,
will, whether that be on screen passes or design rollouts to Matthew Golden. I think they will start to get Matthew Golden the ball more. And speaking of Matthew Golden and getting the ball more, let's talk about the fantasy outlook for week two. Who are some of your sleepers for this week?
Um, sleeper for this week, I believe, is didn't come prepared. Um, let's hear yours. Let's hear yours, and then we'll go to mine.
This could be rough, but I think the Dolphins have a semi bounce back week against the New England Patriots. I think that one of their receivers, whether it's Hill or Waddle, has a better game, barring the fact that Tua has a better game. So whether it's Waddle or Hill, I think one of them steps it up as both of them were very disappointing last week. So I think that one of them is going to need to step up. I would lean on Jalen Waddle's side because Christian Gonzalez is going to be marking Tyreek Hill if I had to guess. So I'll say my sleeper for this week is Jalen Waddle.
I would say my sleeper for this week is either Keenan Allen.
once more.
Calvin Austin the third or Travion Henderson. I believe he's gonna have a breakout week against the Dolphins.
I think that Calvin Austin is a stud. He's like 5'9", quick.
Put up like 18 last week against the Jets
I
secondary, even
think
though
Aaron Rodgers.
Sauce was on DK the whole time. I think didn't watch any bit of it. Could be speaking out of my behind, but that's just what I presume.
I think that Aaron Rodgers is the guy to get those receivers the ball,
Hmm.
and especially with the Steelers playing. The Steelers
Um,
play. Steelers play Seattle. I think that
oh, I think Calvin Austin could have a breakout week
I think
completely.
that with Witherspoon on Metcalf once more, I think he has sort of a slower game, which opens up once more the wide receiver twos and threes like
And
Calvin Austin.
it seems like Rodgers likes to spread the ball around with the new offense. You know, Jalen Warren could put up a great week, I believe. Arthur Smith loves throwing the ball. Um, how productive he will be. I just think he's going to get a lot of touches, and I think he could put up a good day against the Seahawks.
I think that Aaron Rodgers, especially in the Arthur Smith offense, you're never going to get the guys you expect to get the ball involved. You see, those great players that you want to get the ball, those are distractions. They're not on your team to get catches. That's what Calvin Austin's there for. You know,
Exactly.
sneaky
Sleeper
Calvin
of the week,
Austin.
lock it in. Calvin Austin picked him up in my fantasy wire. I picked him up last year, dropped about 3 points per week, dropped him, then and dropped 21. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So
Yeah,
I made the bold decision. He's staying on my team. And I made a trade with Colin McCarthy for Super Cup and Dallas Goddard for Calvin Ridley. Or no, I traded him Calvin Ridley, got Cup and Goddard.
I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Did I
That
get
is
fleeced?
the fleece of the absolute century on Callen's part. Uh,
I got fleeced.
yes, because
Yeah.
Dallas Goddard isn't playing on Sunday.
All right, whatever, bro. Cooper Cup is so ass. That was a fleece. Bro, he made it sound so good. He made it sound so good. He's like, bro, Brock Bowers could be injured next week. Like,
Brock
why
Bowers
did I
will be playing
listen
on
to him?
Sunday
Whatever,
as well.
bro. Goddard's going to my flex week 3. Honestly, I hope Calvin Ridley. I mean, I don't know how productive he's going to be.
You
The
know, he
Titans have
had
no help around Cam Ward
he had a
other
lot
than
of
Ridley.
drops, and Cam Ward down the stretch of that game, especially on that final drive, had two drops, might have been three, two drops right through the hands of his receivers. Cam Ward looks good. He's not perfect. He went 12 of 27 for something like that, I believe. But he could have put the Titans in a spot to win that game if his receivers catch the ball.
I think week 1, Cam Ward is the future of the Titans at quarterback.
Yes, that could be
They unretired Steve McNair's number 4 and rightfully so. Uh, did they?
Warren Moon.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Uh, yeah, they unretired his number. Close enough.
I agree. I think Cam Ward's the future. I think the rookie Elik Iomanner out of Stanford has a good week this week. Uh, he absolutely cooked Travis Hunter in college, and I think that sort of shows how underrated he was coming into the
Honestly,
draft.
I believe Travis Hunter could have a breakout week. I think he could go for a lot of yards since his
Yeah, weak
defense
defense.
is atrocious. Possibly the worst defense in the AFC behind the Dolphins. They, the Dolphins just suck. They suck. They let, they let Daniel Jones put up 33 points on them. Another waiver wire move, picking up Indiana Jones, Danny Dimes. You know, uh, former New York Giant had 1.5, 2 good years with the Giants and was
If
completely
that,
atrocious. if
You could
that.
say 1.5 good games, actually. Uh,
1.5 good games in the past 3 years.
but I don't know if it's the Dolphins or Daniel Jones who looked good that week.
Maybe the Giants are so poverty, they took out all of the poverty out of Daniel Jones and they now created a superhuman quarterback for the
Yeah,
Colts.
you see, Daniel Jones is built like a.
I hate the Anthony Richardson benching move,
I agree.
but it was
Worked
pretty
out.
smart.
I mean,
I respect you, Mr. I was not familiar with your game, Mr. Jones. I am not. Was not, never was, you
and
know.
with Anthony Richardson, I think there's absolutely something there.
But the thing about let's go back to Daniel Jones real quick. He does play Denver, a real defense, and he might struggle heavily.
Heavily.
But if he still puts up a solid
This is
game
where we
and
see.
puts, this is where we see if Daniel Jones is really Indiana Jones or just a dirtbag back in New York, uh, New Jersey, New York,
East
whatever,
Rutherford,
doesn't
New
matter.
Jersey.
Hell, that's where he was from. He was from hell.
Uh,
Um,
all right. Circling back to Anthony Richardson, all of the tools are there. He's got one of the biggest arms in the league. He ran a 4.440 at 6'4", 240. You don't see that coming from any quarterback. But the,
he has the potential and build of the greatest quarterback ever, but he has
he's got to
the
put it together.
capabilities of also being the worst.
All right,
You
moving
know,
on. We're going to go to our segment for the end. We're going to do a grid segment to test me and Vlad's ball knowledge. And we're going to do something like this at the end of every video or every episode. So, without further ado, here we go with the first. What am I doing? With the first
I
grid.
believe this podcast is going horribly on my end. I
So,
believe I've been doing a very poor job.
let's do today's grid. This looks juicy.
Okay, I think we know the first one, but let's see if we can dig a little bit deeper past
All right,
that.
let's go 10 sacks for the Cowboys.
There's an obvious
Actually,
answer.
there's Micah Parsons, who could also go right about here. Uh, you've got Demarcus Lawrence, who may have squeaked out 10 sacks. Are you cheating right now?
No, I'm looking up what am I even looking up? Their schedule.
All right, I'm going to go 10 plus sacks, first round draft pick. Let's go first overall pick out of Georgia, Trayvon Walker. For the Jaguars, back-to-back 10-sack seasons, one of the more underrated players in the NFL. Kicking off with a .6. 10-sack
Now, on
season.
my end, I suck at the defensive grid, so I will let Eddie take a hold of this one.
For the Cowboys, I'm just going to take an obvious one. I believe Demarcus Lawrence has had a 10-sack season, and he has. 19%, not the worst, obviously not the greatest.
All right, Cowboys Pro Bowl. This is where we can put up some lethal numbers. You
We
know.
can go old. We can go
Wait, wait,
niche.
wait, wait, wait. Did Nathan Wright make a Pro Bowl with the Cowboys?
I don't think so. We can go in the direction of Jason Witten. I don't know if people will be thinking that. Um,
Probably not.
we could go with Trayvon Diggs, Ezekiel Elliott,
Zeke, people would know. Um,
Des
I'm,
Bryant. You
I'm
could go,
Des Bryant. Uh,
or we could just go Jason Witten and hope nobody's thinking Jason Witten. What do you think?
Whatever you say, man. It's all up to you.
Let's go Jason Witten. 2%. Solid. Cowboys,
All me,
Packers.
baby, all me.
Packers
Cowboys,
first round
Packers.
pick. When was the last time they took an offensive lineman? There's David Bakhtiari. I don't know if he was a first round pick. There's Jordan Love.
Was Bart Starr a first round pick?
Did he start with the Packers?
Hold on. I don't even know. Let's not take a long shot there. Like a YA Tittle ass,
Let's go
you
first
know,
round
or
pick,
a Buzz
Pro Bowl.
Nutter.
Let's go with another Cowboy, Zach Martin. Point 0.5. Nice, guys. Yeah. All right. Let's go.
Remember, this is all me, by the way. Eddie hasn't done anything here.
10
I have
sacks
named every single player on
with
there.
50 sacks in the career.
Um, what about just old defensive players that were ahead of their time? I think that's where we start out and work our way up.
There's Lawrence Taylor, which is
Lawrence
obvious.
Taylor.
Strahan. I don't know if people are going to be thinking Strahan. There's J.J. Watt, T.J. Watt, Miles Garrett. We could go new or old. Calais Campbell.
That would be a good pick.
I don't know if he's had a 10 sack year.
He's played a lot of seasons, so I don't know.
Definitely 50. I think he's made a Pro Bowl. Should we go this?
Yeah,
Calais Campbell, point 0.9.
that
Nice.
is a good one.
Let's go safe here. And let's go old. Let's just go Strahan and hope not too many people put. Okay, 10 is fine. 10 is fine. Cowboy Packers. Should we rub in the salt to Cowboys fans? Is there a sneaky
But the
quarterback?
thing is, that's going to be like
Is there a
99.7%.
sneaky quarterback in here?
I would like to know what the team Papa Clinton Dix played for. I don't think he ever played on the Cowboys. Um, I just wanted to name him because he's a funny name.
All right, first round pick
Um,
Packers. Should I go Jordan Love? Aaron Rodgers was a first round pick. I'm I think the Packers just take the most random players in the first round. I'm drawing a blank. So I think I'm gonna play it safe. Jordan Love, 19%. 50 sacks for the Packers. There's Reggie White. There's Clay Matthews. Um, I don't think uh newly
wait,
acquired newly acquired Cowboy Kenny Clark could work here. The other side of the Micah Parsons trade.
yeah, that's a possibility. I thought it was just first round pick, and they got like
Oh,
four of them.
oh no,
Or do
Kenny
they
Clark.
only got two first round picks? Well, the thing is, you have to they have to play a game.
He did.
All right, then we're good.
Rip Kenny Clark and see if people are thinking Kenny Clark. They are not 8%.
Let's do
50
another
sacks.
grid after this.
We have
Actually, no, I'm gonna get embarrassed.
we have 2 minutes.
All right, bet.
Should we just go safe Reggie White or Clay Matthews? You choose.
Reggie White.
We're looking at a 54%. Rarity score
You're
114.
welcome. You're welcome.
That is the new
114 is good.
high score for the grid is 114. Keep that in mind. And that
Eddie did
will
all of it, by the way. My ball knowledge is lethal.
see it next week, I hope. And that that's going to conclude the first podcast. We hope you guys
All right,
enjoyed.
let's have a little talk over how this went prior. On my end, I believe it went horribly. Just to let the audience know, I believe I did horribly. Eddie was a great host. As the co-host,
Thank you.
I believe like I was a horse with a broken leg and needed to be put down immediately. So let's just leave that there.
On that
I
positive
was
note,
not on my game.
it's only going to get better from here, and we hope you guys enjoyed the 10 viewers that will see this.
If
Uh,
that.
we hope you enjoyed. Have a great NFL Sunday, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Love
Goodbye.
you, Eddie. Bye.